Grid is an even better way to create a page layout. It's more advanced than Flexbox, and it's specifically designed to be good at making page layouts. So while Flexbox has its purpose, like being able to vertically align things, which is nice, we didn't cover that. That's something you might want to go and Google on your own time, though, as a little extra homework. Grid is not designed to do that. Grid is literally for a template layout. So when it comes to grid, there are a few things we need to know. There are columns, rows, and gutters. And these gutters, we call them gaps. In frameworks like Bootstrap, you're going to see them called gutter. We don't call them gutters technically. In CSS, they're called gaps. So we've got columns, rows, and gaps between the columns and rows. And like an HTML table, we can make each cell span one or more columns or rows. So let's dive into this. So let's go ahead and create our first grid. Let's create an ID in here. And I got to change that from Django template back to HTML. Let's go ahead and create a container element called grid. And it has an ID of grid. And let's give this an item, and let's just call this 1, and I just made 9 items in here. Now, if we refresh our page, we're going to see 1 through 9 on their own lines. This is completely expected because currently this is not using a grid. This is using basic default display block, and these are all divs. So what we can do here is we can select our grid. We can say grid, display, and a new display type here. We can say grid. And this is just going to turn it into a grid. So if we take a look now, nothing happens. We need to say this has a grid template columns. And how many columns do we want? Well, we have 9 sections, so let's do 3 by 3. So let's do auto, auto, auto. So these are columns. This is going to be column 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and see what this does. Okay, we're getting somewhere. They're all side by side. That's really nice. Let's go ahead and select every item in here. Let's do item, and let's give this a border 1 pixel solid red. And this just allows us to see what we're working with here. Now, let's say we want to create some sort of gaps between these. We can do this with grid column gap or grid row gap. A grid column gap is going to look like this. So grid column gap, and that's going to be, let's say, 20 pixels. And so it creates a little gap between our columns. Or we could do grid row gap, and that creates spacing between our rows. And we can actually have both at the same time. So column gap and row gap of 20 pixels. And now we have a nice looking grid here. But this is not that great for page templates. Page templates usually have some sort of header, some sort of navigation, some sort of footer. So let's go ahead and create that. Let's create item 1, let's make it span through 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll get rid of 2 and 3. And this is a lot like working with a table, but it's using CSS. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy all those, copy, paste, and just give these item names in here. So these are all going to share the styling of one pixel solid red border. But let's select item 1, and we can say the grid column is going to start at item number 1 and is going to end grid column end at item number 3. And so what we're saying here is start at column 1 right over here, 2, 3, and it's going to take over all of this. And I actually did that wrong. It should be, it starts at 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, and then 4 there. Let's change that to 4. And item 1 is now going to be a header. And it dislodged number 2 and 3. So if we wanted to, we could get rid of those if we wanted to. We don't need to. Let's go ahead and actually get rid of 2 and 3. So item 2 and 3. There we go. Now let's merge 6 and 9 together. And we can do that with grid row start and grid row end. And we want to work with item 6 here. So let's do item 6, grid row start. Where is this going to start? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say this starts at 2. And let's do grid row end and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4. And occasionally I actually get these mixed up. Yeah, there we go. Did that right. And so now we dislodged the ones that were just after it. So let's go ahead and try to touch this up. Now, sometimes when you're learning this, it's a little bit of a guesswork. but we now have row 6. Right, so we've got 1, 4, 5, and 6. Let's go ahead and get rid of, I don't know, let's just get rid of 9. Let's get rid of 9. Okay, that's nice. Let's go ahead and merge 4 and 5 together. So we want item 4 and 5 together. So let's do item 4. And we're merging columns together. So we want to do grid column start. And this is 1 over here, 2 over here, 3, 4. So we want 2 to 4. And we can do this. Okay, that works. Now let's do the same with 5 and 7 because let's see what happens when we do 5 and 7. We can do the same thing, item 5, and this is just applying the same sort of styling. And now we can see that this is all dislodged. It's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and merge 7 and 8 together. And let's get rid of 8. And so we want 7 to look like item number 1 up here. And we can actually start to reuse things because item 1 and item 7 are going to have the exact same layout, in the sense that I want item 7 here to take up this whole width, and item 1 is going to take up the whole width, so we might as well reuse this styling. Now, we have something to work with here. We have a header up here, we have a footer down here, we have perfect spacing, we have a navigation section or maybe an advertisement section, we've got some content for the top content, maybe like a summary section, and the content of the page. And so that's how you make a page layout using grid. And so grid gets vastly more complex than this as well, but this is a really, really good start to learning how to use grid. Now, when you're creating a page in the future, try to use grid as your page layout module. You can use Flexbox, you can technically use tables and floats, display inline, block, you can do all sorts of stuff, but try to use grid from now on. Or if you don't want to use grid, you can always use Flexbox. Both are completely acceptable from here on out. But what I would like you to do is I want you to try and create a layout like this. Now, what I want you to do is make your brain sweat. Don't reference my code, although you have access to it. Don't reference my code. I want you to try and remember how to do this. And if you don't remember, I want you to go and get some practice Googling how to do this. Remember, just the terms are what you need to know. Go ahead, give that a shot. If you get really stuck or you want to join a community, you can always join the Learning to Code Facebook group. We're here to help.